All right, go ahead whenever you're ready. What you do? That loud ass bus. All right, go ahead.
Yo, my name's Reef, man. I'm 19. Grew up in Philly. A few years lived in State College, Pennsylvania, Penn State. You know what I mean? Where I was shown the different side of culture. You know, basically white people. And I don't know. I've been rapping all my life and shit. That's pretty much all I got right now. I dropped out of college last year and started working 9 to 5. I'll be damned if I get trapped in that shit. That's hell every day, you know. I don't want that life. I don't really know if I'm gonna be a rap superstar, you know, because they all end up dead or, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. But I know, you know, when my man sleep, you know, this shit's crazy. He going on. We gonna try to make some things happen, you know. He gonna do the beats, I'm gonna do the rhymes. So far, so good. You know, every time we work together, it's been beautiful. You know, it's been good shit, high shit. You know, he allows me to be creative. You know, most of the producer cats, they want me to rhyme the style that they want me to rhyme. You know, they made the beat, so they feel like I need to rap the way they want me to. But he let me do my thing, and like the shit he's giving me is high. Give somebody that space and like, look, do what you want. You know, I'm just here to help. You know, that's pretty much his standpoint, and I like that. So, you know, go up ahead, try to make some shit happen. You know what I mean? So. Damn, man. 12 years. Can't believe I'm still here. This is the start of it all right here. The essence, the genesis, you know? Steve B, Reef The Lost Cauze. Where it all began. That's where it all kind of started, you know. I was like 19. Used to come up here every Thursday, once a week. Go to sleep's his mom's house, actually. Can't call it his house, you know what I'm saying? It's his mom's house. And yeah, I would catch the bus from U-Arts, Center City, where I was at school at the time, and we would make rap music, and it was literally like, it was saving my life, you know what I mean? I mean, I didn't have no money, I didn't have no food, you know? I was very skinny, which I missed, kinda. And it was almost like it was a sanctuary, you know? It was a place for me to get out all the frustration that I was feeling. It was a place for me to, you know, express myself and also learn and hone my creativity, you know. I didn't know anything about, you know, song structure, how you come in here with a fucking 300 bar verses, and I didn't know about backups. I didn't know about, layering. I didn't know about any of it. So this house we're about to walk up on. This was my education. You know what I'm saying? More so than any high school, or elementary school, or my 1 year of college. This was my university. I couldn't be more grateful. So.
Got your rounds ready? Got your rounds ready? Ready for the weekly therapy session? Old time. Chilling, man. It's like old times, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is where it kind of started from, like, even more so from us not even recording these steps is like, it's historical for what this community is, based upon a lot of rap arguments and debates used to just happen here.
Yeah. I mean, just the neighborhood itself, the vibe. I mean, right over here, you had the youngsters and all them. You had the hilltop hustlers. I mean, this is the stuff that I grew up around, idolizing.
Gotta throw the flag up.
You know what I'm saying? Hilltop.
Yeah, hilltop, man.
I mean, this is a legendary neighborhood as far as rap artists go. So to be a part of that, you know what I mean? It's incredible. But yeah, I mean,
it's funny because I don't think a lot of people even know that you have very strong ties in the hilltop, and your kind of first release was recorded, in the hilltop. And hilltop, like, you gotta understand, very early in the game. Mm-hmm. Very early in the game with Stead. Yeah. Stead did Cool C. If you even go back, you think about LG. With his late, I think Roxanne Shantae. I think some managers like recordings was happening out here. And then you can never forget the legendary Will Smith, which is about 5 minutes away.
Overbrook High School right down the street. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to go to Overbrook, but my mom wasn't having it. I ended up at Lamberton, punk ass Lamberton, but I loved it. And then Tustin Playground.
You went to Overbrook. I don't think you ever did Reef The Lost Cauze.
Nah, I wouldn't have made it out.
Not disrespect to Overbrook, because I went to Overbrook. Wilt went to Overbrook.
Right.
Will Smith went to Overbrook. Benny Boone.
I wasn't.
Cool C, Steady B.
I wasn't.
List of others. Shout out to many people did it. Even if you, this is just this soil is very fertile. Like, if you think about it, because like even right across the street, a young Kobe Bryant spent a lot of his childhood with the Cox family.
Shout out John Cox. I went to school with him.
John Cox, another legendary pro player. Sharif Chubbs. Chubbs played pro ball. So, it's a weird neighborhood when you have a Will Smith drive past blasting music and you see a skinny Kobe Bryant, going across the street. So it was just it was a cool time.
Yeah. So I met Erik when I was a pup. My aunt, my uncle, my beloved aunt and uncle, Lillian and Bayer, my cousin Sully, my cousin Shakir, my cousin Sophia. They all grew up in this house, and this house was like Disneyland to me. My uncle Bayer, man, he always had the hookup, so they always had free cable. They had, I remember watching Def Comedy Jam here for the first time. I remember seeing Eddie Murphy Delirious here for the first time. I remember
he owned the video store.
Lansdowne Video. Yeah. And what else? The Garbage Pail Kids, all that stuff. But the bottom line is, it's funny because you looking back as a kid, this was just my aunt's house. Never did you think that this would be the catalyst.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To start. And I knew Eve was around the neighborhood doing music, you know what I'm saying? And the DMA, Drunkest Man Alive, and all that stuff. And my cousin Sully.
He went way back.
Yeah. DMA. My cousin Sully, who's around somewhere, I'm sure he'll pop up.
It was crazy. For him to be that much younger than me and be familiar with that music, he was up to no good.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Well, it's like, these are people that, like I said, I was always paying attention, and I always rapped. Even when I was younger, I was in a rap group and all, but I didn't know nothing about it. And Sully was, very adamant to Erik about taking me under his wing. And I don't remember what sparked it that you finally listened.
Nah, I mean, it's crazy because
you didn't want to do the crisscross Jermaine Dupri thing. I think. You know what I mean? I think you were waiting for me to get a little bit older.
No, it was just like, I knew your whole family. We, like you said, it was right next door. And Sully, Coltrane, to the boxing people out there, he always would just keep me on the radar about what you were doing. Right. So you weren't necessarily doing music at first. It was just always about how talented you was. So of course, I knew you since you was, probably damn near birth. You know what I mean? So I knew all the family there. So as you progress and your talent started to show, he would give me updates. Yo, Reef got crazy talent. He's acting here. He's doing this. He's doing that. So the rhyming wasn't really in the forefront.
Right.
Then I was in that. I was in a phase where I didn't really have a route to record either. So I was post college.
Dealing with real life shit.
Yeah, not even really. Yeah, I was like where you were when you did the high life. I was in that transitional phase. I had just came back from college, was dead broke. So all those things. I wasn't really recording yet. So at this time, I think it was more so just getting to know you at that time as like a preteen, teenager, things like that. They were just saying how talented you was. You were funny, the comedy and all these things. So rap wasn't really on the forefront until around that time when I finally got a little 4-track recording. And Sully, he's one of those guys that every 4 months I want to make a rap record.
Right.
Like I was the guy in the neighborhood, people would walk down the street, yo, E. Coleman, I want to rap. You know what I'm saying? So they said, okay, I want to just take my coat off.
Right.
Let's go up here and spend 20 hours recording your verse that you can't even say to me right now. So I was like that dude about, my old neighbor Sully. Every once in a while, he'll be like, I want to rap.
Right.
So, he showed up one time and he showed up with you.
Oh shit, when we be about to spill this shit. Dickies for life. He'll figure, but I got the polo. Write my rhymes on the solo while your strings being pulled like Pinocchio trying to be tough by smoking huff and cess. But yo, who the fuck are you trying to impress? Not me, see, cause I could give a shit about you. Got no reason to believe you, but got much reason to doubt you. And that's the word of a true thug. And ain't nothing cool about taking drugs. And ain't shit cool about shooting a motherfucker. That's why I'm getting drama from that bitch Dolores Tucker. So from now on, I think you better think before your life boat begins to sink. To the depths of the ocean, notions of remedies increases my intelligence. But yo, that's irrelevant. In fact, you could not handle the aftermath of my rap, so you be burned slow like a candle. In the corners of my mind lies the truth, and I'ma be a role model to the young black youth. Exit the negative and enter the positive. You act right, kid, cause that's the way you gotta let shine the glow. Time to get tough. Niggas ain't no friend of me, it's us against the industry.
They was doing this song just for fun.
Right.
But your cadence and what a producer looks for really is that somebody can be in the pocket. More so than anything. Like
It's crazy because I always use that phrase and a lot of people don't even know what I be talking about. They think I'm just being smart. I'm like, yo, I was in the pocket.
Yeah.
If I'm recording something and I'm like nailing it, I'm like, yo, I was in the pocket. If I fuck up, I'm like, damn, I was in the pocket. Good. I didn't want to cut you off. I just like that phrase, in the pocket.
It's crazy because
I guess I learned it from you. I don't know.
it's a song. Put it in the pocket. It's
Type
decent.
of money,
Yeah, you got some dope stuff. But for the most part, a producer, if they want to even consider working with you, and at this time, I ain't know I was a producer or whatever. You just want to see if somebody can stay on beat, basically, be in the pocket. So the thing that stood out was for you to be so young, the richness that was in your voice. Like this man, he got to say, he had to be 13, 14. His voice wasn't too much different than it is now. Like the depth he had, his voice and his delivery, and you were in the pocket. I remember I was like, dang, man. The first thing that stuck in my head was like Large Professor. Not saying you rhyme like Large Professor, but Large Professor has a strong voice. I was like, yo, I never forget that, man. I was like, yo, this kid was in the pocket, but y'all was just doing this silly song, and from there, I'm on my own.
Was that the Fuck the Industry song?
I wasn't gonna put it out there. It was some playful song.
We dissed
everybody before 50 joint too.
Yeah. We were the pioneers of the diss everyone rap song. But I remember having fun with that, and then it was a couple years went by, and I started honing my craft a little bit more. And I forget how we reconnected, but you gave me the beat. I remember I had a tape with the beat for Sound of Horns. And I ended up recording that.
You skipping a whole lot of history.
Well, I'm saying
what's going on, man?
All right. I'm saying you gotta help me remind. I smoked probably like 6 pounds of weed between now and that time. So my memory is not, you know what I mean? But I feel like didn't we do the industry joint when we were younger, and then but I didn't do no music with you.
Right. So we talking years.
Yeah.
You did the industry joint.
Right.
Then you helped me out just playing a character on some stuff I was working with. Like
Was that the robbery joint, right?
No, this is, but we're going to get there.
All right, yeah.
Because that's when.
This is all, bring me back.
Yeah, I'm going to bring you back. So, we did the industry joint. You know, you running around with Sully, you know, getting into God knows what, because he was a big young boy. So I think Sully was using him for muscle with the younger guys around here.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what. So I would just see them. I was just looking, and I wasn't I was a very young adult, and I didn't really give them too many positive lectures at the time.
Right.
I used to just laugh at them. They used to come at me with red eyes all the time. Very under the influence, if you might want to say. I distinctly remember one situation. You guys came to my house. I don't remember. I remember I had bootleg some tape at that time. We was listening to that, but y'all just came from some adventure out Winfield where y'all crashed the car. Mind you,
man.
This guy got to be about 16 something around this time. You know?
That was crazy. I remember that. I remember that car crash. Yeah, that was crazy. They had a fucking little Chevrolet Squatter, and I forget what they did. I think they hit somebody and then tried to peel off, and then the car rammed us, and we crashed right in front of what's the brother that's in the wheelchair that John's Barbershop, Winfield, and yeah, that was scary. I like passed out for a minute. I think Sully thought I was dead for a minute. That was horrible, man. You just brought back a really horrible memory.
I'm sorry to do that. I'm sorry. It's a good fun memory at this time.
Yeah.
But that's what did it, because you and Sully used to do that with characters. I used to play those characters. I forgot the names of them. So them funny characters I used on an album I was working on.
Dude, you're fucking nuts. You're losing it.
I'm not losing it, man.
You
If
better
you
watch
listen
it,
to
I
the
mean,
first part,
you
it's
fucking
completely
like this
different than
black
this
guy.
shit. The first part was way fucking better
Dude,
than this,
I'm not
man.
a fucking racist.
Hey, I
dude,
do fucking
I'm not
hate.
a fucking
It
racist.
was fucking. Will you just listen to this shit? What is he fucking
dude,
talking about?
I won't listen
man?
to it. It's just pointless.
Compare this to the other one, man. The other one was fucking awesome.
I'd rather talk to my mother-in-law.
This
on the
shit
phone.
sucks.
Dude, I'd rather talk to my mother-in-law on the phone without using 1-800 collect.
I know what I'm gonna do with this album. I'm
joint.
gonna wipe my ass with this album cover.
Nah,
Jesus.
that'd be good.
Man, what the fuck is this shit? Done?
What you talking about, though, God?
Yo, who the fuck is this faggot ass cat though? Yo, word on, yo.
Who that, son?
Some guard out of it, man. Fuck that, he ain't even no guard, man.
Word?
I don't get no peace to that nigga, man. He don't understand this shit, man.
Word life?
He don't understand the 996 degrees, the solar angles that revolve around the 9 planets,
back
man.
in like 97, 96, 97. So I just got my little 4-track. I was trying to, you know, get my rhyming situation together, because when I was rhyming, I was still using probably the 2 tape decks or whatever. So you helped me out with that. You did some hilarious like skits. You and Sully. So, but I recorded y'all on the street, so that wasn't even formal, probably recording stuff. But that's where it sparked from. But still wasn't looking at you really on a rhyming tip. And then, you know, Sully would just keep me in the loop, basically, of, you know, that you was doing this and doing that. And then, time flew past, because then the trilogy group came.
Right.
And shout out to B&E's and Lee Majors. So we working on this trilogy album. It's actually
Lee Majors. Where's he at?
he's still around. See him. He probably drive past and beep his horn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we worked on that. We was working on that. Those sessions were just classic, because it'd be like 20 people in my mom's back room. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
crazy.
It used to just be, we used to have sessions with just people in there, you know, drinking, whatever, just wilding out. Then, yo, get on the hook, screaming and stuff. So those sessions was a whole lot of fun. And we got to talking. And Sully convinced me. He brought a sample over. That's how he got me. He brought a sample over and was like, yo, he's like, Luke this for Reef. He's like, put a beat together for me. So the beat was the game of death. Crazy beat. Guess where the beat showed up at? The first song on the trilogy album.
Look at this guy. Looking like Hype Williams. You know what I like about him? He got a big grin on his face. Like he's actually enjoying what he's doing. How can you come in here with this frown and I'll murder you?
And yo, the last man standing. Never make moves without planning. I got Coach Jackson in the Grand Canyon. I stay high as shit with no signs of
the limo and the chairman, they ready for war. Can't forget the treasure roll, like I said, we raw. If you try and see my team, that's the last thing you saw. These niggas think they ripping this, they just hypocrites. You pack twin glocks, I prick knowledge by the triplets.
Oh, I like that. You pack twin glocks, I pack knowledge by the I stay high as shit with no signs of landing. Take it or leave it, don't give a fuck what you demand. When I rip trap, niggas sit back and like, damn, you flip that. Lyrics so valuable where they should come with a gift wrap. My brothers don't know we did your dog. The limo and the chairman, they ready for war. Can't forget the treasure roll. Like I said, I'm trying to see my team, that's the last thing you saw. The niggas think they ripping it, they just hypocrites. To those who pack twin locks, I pack knowledge by the triplets. Peace to sleeping, getting flooded in the TP. One shot in your brain, so make it easy. And washing dishes for Polo.
What's that other joint?
Waiting on cables for Polo and doing
That other joint.
technically.
I mean, you come at every track the same, or you got different flows.
And tapes. Your Bobby ride the lane. That shit be like this again.
See the way you rhyming out, you rhyme different ways.
Bobby ride the lane again.
You got like another rhyme, you rhyme different.
That shit be like this thing.
Oh, just a different style.
Different shit,
Different style. Like, you know that, different.
Started something that, you know, I just performed at the fucking Hard Rock Cafe, man. You know what I'm saying? Last night, or 2 nights ago, and like that's, you know, that's not the pinnacle of the journey because I've done stuff that's way bigger than that. But for me, that show was just a reminder of how far you can take it if you really push yourself and believe in yourself. And like I said before, man, like these two gentlemen, you know, had they not known each other and not pushed for us to work together, he was on him all the time.
Son, I had crazy visions, son. I had crazy visions.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Listen, man. I always say this about when it comes to Reef The Lost Cauze. There's no secret. Reef is my first cousin, my mother's younger sister's son. But he was born to do this, man. I saw it. Like when he was 7 years old, we used to have a tape recorder and radio. What's the Friday joint used to come on the radio? Radioactive will come on. This is how creative you had to be back in the day. Me and Reef would record the radio, play the song back, not an instrumental. We would play the song back and rhyme over the song. I couldn't ride the beat, but Reef always knew. Reef always knew. I wanted to be in this.
He always knew how to say it.
I had the wordplay. Like my wordplay was crazy, but Reef knew how to ride the beat. And Reef knew how to articulate and tell stories, and that's the most important thing about being an MC. But like getting back to the whole how I knew it was going.
We just talked.
I knew how it was going to come about because, like I said, Sleep's an MC. Reef said they're born. Like you know how like point guards they tried to turn AI into a 1, and he was a 2. You never can convert a 2 into a 1. Pitchers, quarterbacks, these type of people are born. MCs, they born. And Reef, I always knew it was going to take off, man. Like, the dude was like 7 years old, just rhyming like it was nobody's business. Hip-hop was always around him. Hip-hop was always there. Sleep was next door to me. Sleep is like a hip-hop historian. Yeah. Like, everybody know, like, you know how dudes, I mean, his sports knowledge is crazy,
going to the
too.
studio and seeing all this poster sources.
Yeah, like, his sports knowledge is crazy, too.
Awesome.
But the dude is like, he's like a hip-hop historian. I had the luxury of just living right next door to this dude. You know, he was the first dude bringing mixtapes to the hood and so on and so forth. So then, you know, Reef came to live with me.
Yeah, you guys shout out James Cole Money because my brother used to have every wax possible. So it was like...
Yeah, these dudes was like, they was hip-hop heads, man.
It was James. When I went through my Jordan phase of basketball, James kept the PEs and stuff coming in the door, which brought me back.
Like, you know, so hip hop has always been around. So Reef, you know, when they came in, he lived here. Like Reef is from West Philly. Like, I know he's doing this thing down City and all, and that was the best thing he could have ever did, like, as far as career wise. But this is where his roots is, West Philly. He lived right here next door, and he was under our two.
Did you spend like a year or 2 years?
How long did you live with us for, Reef?
It was about a year and a half.
About a year and a half, you know. And that was.
Oh, you was living there? That was
the pinnacle. That was the pinnacle. It's funny how stuff happens in life, you know. Had my aunt not came here to move, we might not be sitting here on the stage doing
That's when y'all bonded.
Yeah, that's when the. I mean, we was always tight, but he lived
because that's when I was recording that album.
You was recording that album, and that's when you know, Reef, you know, everybody know he can do any impersonations. You know, he got that talent too. And Sleep used to get him to do drops for the album, and Reef was like, "Yo, I want to spit." And I used to be on E Head like, "Yo, the nigga, he want to get on." Can I say nigga? Yeah. All right, you know what I mean? The nigga was like, "Yo,
I just brushed that shit off." Like,
no, he like, you know, he looked at Reef was a young. I was a young Reef, 3 years younger than me. Reef was like a major young boy. So you know how it is back in the day. Like, get out of here, young boy. Like, you ain't getting on my joint. So
like the joint I just did is like this. Alright, I'm gonna do this sound.
He knows what you're talking about.
Yo, Carpet Swords, Beat Lord, Trilogy Time with E-Rhymes, Fine Seats for weekend focus, pro line. Like we fight fighters, the sun for sunshine. Then I come like this. Into this fat man, the answer double easy on task. Can't crash test, your best suggest you with wealth, man. Predator, editor, vernacular metaphors, scripture, juggalo, spectacular. And yo, the most malicious stylists, vicious on the road to riches. They dirty like dishes, niggas came on they fucking business. So what I insist is, kill the coppers, such a witness, relentless. My hammer got a building shitless. The name is Nemesis. Oops, I mean arch rival. Up high every rhyme recital, make me turn suicidal. I'm homicidal and take your lung shots vital. It's like that, the lyrical antidote. So much weed smoke, niggas be like, how can he go? I'm the MVP. THOR on a winning streak. Nut niggas, I stay away from them like white chicks and pigs feet. Remain discreet, lyrically ahead of my time. Only 16, I'm already past my prime. Every rhyme I add on, better than anything you brag on. My hammer's my spray can, use your face to get my tag on. Blow smoke like dragons, you only flame a pack of matches. My name is Arch, I spell our name across the atlas. Hotter than Nevada in the middle of August. You best to bring your whole kennel if you trying to dog us.
My young brother.
Yeah, Reef. What did you say his name was?
Yeah, Reef.
Arch Rival.
I forgot.
Oh, Arch Rival.
I feel like the now we get tripped. Can you take your Mr. Sherman hat off? He's high, man.
Like I said, I would fuck with the parents. As far as our situation, everything is time-based, man.
I want to come over and play this, man. I'll be Floyd Mayweather. I'll play a lightweight.
Yeah. You see his last fight?
Yeah, I told you that nigga. Oh my God. I told you he's shit.
He tore that dude the
I
fuck
told
up.
you Floyd is the truth.
But they don't let people get knocked out no more,
No,
man.
they don't do that, man.
The other boy got chipped.
Yeah, he got robbed. He got robbed. Bull Stoley. David Tour.
So yeah, we can't eat up here, can we?
No, y'all can't eat up here, man.
You gotta take your shit downstairs.
Downstairs.
I got bad.
Yo, start getting with me. Yo, give my dude number too.
Yo, give me the number.
You ain't got any food?
I ain't never had it.
Excuse me, I can't. Excuse me, I can't. You should pretty much get into 190 or something like that. Cause I got your big ass bag of free. Hang in there.
The first beat he ever was supposed to make for me, he stole from me. It was real. That's a real rap producer for you, dog. You know what I mean?
Yo, they was like, man, don't give it to the young bull. We need that. I said, all right. First record on the trilogy album. So
I still have that tape.
that prolonged it, but it was like, damn, I owe you a beat.
Yeah.
So that summer is when I think Sound of Horns came about, because that album was probably done in the spring. We was trying to get out. Yeah, we was trying to get out and promote it. And then we recorded Sound of Horns the summer of 2000.
Right.
Sound of Horns. So when we did that, that's when it was like, oh, yeah, we got something here. Like, I remember, just going through the motions. I was recording different people and we was doing that. And I was like, we got something, but we still wasn't. It was just, I recorded a record for you.
Right.
But I would play it once in a while, play in the background, play over there. But then I think we got in contact a little more, because I don't even know if you remember this. That Halloween, I brought you to a trilogy show. We was out Delaware. We had these Halloween masks on and all this stuff, and Reef stole the show.
Y'all had the
Oh, we did.
One piece Dickie
Like,
suits.
yeah, like a Jason type thing.
Exactly.
Yup.
Yep.
Jason type thing, and then we had these like masks. I think it was like soccer ball masks on our heads.
Mm-hmm.
And we would say, I think it was called West Nightly. The song was about this character, West Nightly. I remember all of that shit. No, I listened to the song now. The song is horrible, right? But you gotta understand,
West Nightly. Yeah.
this is like 2000, so the internet didn't take over yet. So you gotta understand, like a guy sitting there saying, yo, we're gonna do this internet thing. It's this comic internet. And I'm just looking for a way for us to get exposed. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I was like, sure, we'll get down. So we got down, and it was like some type of release party. That's why we was performing. And I never forget that day. Reef stole the show. He was the last person. We just let him rock. After we was done, we let him rock. And he just connected with everybody in the room. Everybody in the room. And I remember sitting there like, I was like, yo, this kid got it.
You know, in all seriousness, you know, man, like Reef, you know, he could have been another statistic, man. It's like he got the same hood story like everybody else, man. You know, a lot of his homies, people probably don't know this, a couple of his homies got killed. I remember your man you was doing a group with, I forget the big bull. Yeah. He talks about, what's his name? Omain, yeah. You know, had a scholarship and got killed. You know, the boys, this stuff is real, man. Like, I know we see it in the movie, but this stuff is real. He had a scholarship on a Ricky type situation. He never got a chance to collect his scholarship like Ricky, you know, and a lot of his homies doing jail time. And I told Reef, I was like, you got to bounce, man. You got to get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Because I watched this thing just crumble people. And when he made the move to Center City, man, that was...
Well, he went to Penn State first. I think that's what did it.
Well, when that was family. That was a family situation. I was so young, man.
Right.
As far as being an adult, like growing up as a man, getting out of the West.
You had to get out the rat race, and there's nothing wrong with living in the hood. But you know, this thing ain't for everybody. And Reef was getting in a little bit of drama, a little trouble. I feel responsible for a lot of it. You know what I'm saying? We already put it. You know, but I was, you know, I mean,
but even if you didn't want me to go, I would have tried to follow you.
Right, it's the hood. Like,
I idolized him.
And I appreciate that, man. And it's like, you know, it's the hood, man. It's hard, but you know, he went downtown, man, and it's all she wrote after that, man.
I was entrenched in the whole trilogy project, and we had legs. You know what I mean? We was supposed to get put on with Slam Jams, which was a Chuck D internet label.
Right.
So we still sit there with this whole internet thing, and
which at the time was still in its infancy.
it was still like, how you gonna pull this off? So we was like, all right, it could be a deal, but is it really a deal? But you know, we was in we was in that whole massaging the relationship thing with them, and you know, it fell through. Like a lot of stuff fell through, which kind of split the trilogy up.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that, if you think about it, that takes us to the infamous year, 2001.
2001, had I dropped out at that point? Yeah, I think I dropped out of school. I was working horrible jobs. I was a bike messenger at one point, which is funny because I had like a purple kid's Huffy bike that I was trying to ride around and deliver stuff with. That didn't last long. I worked on the Spirit of Philadelphia.
I didn't even know that, man.
Yeah, I worked on the Spirit of Philadelphia. I was struggling real bad, and the music was all I had. So Erik was, you know, did you give me a tape, or did I keep getting like one at a time?
Because this I think that you gotta understand too. And this is what connected us. And we got years apart from each other, but we both was going through such a huge transition. Like, so I was getting out of a relationship. He just broke up with his girl. So I think that's what we connected, because it's some somber.
Which I should have never been with. Looking back, should have never been with her. That's a whole nother story, though.
There was some somber records when they like bitter and stuff. That's what it was based on. So, like, even prior to that, when I was still in that situation, I got a call from a friend out North Jersey. He was like, you know, they always knew our rhymes and stuff. They was like, yo, E, you know, they about to do this film on our life. And what's the name of the movie? Because it was a Dame Dash film. Paper Soldiers. He was like, this is before they had the title and everything. He's like, they about to do a film on our life. You know, you got to send me something. So this is where I'm at this point. Is just being real honest. The trilogy joint failed, so I'm like in withdrawal mode, like kind of like a depression. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like thinking, I'm thinking like, yo, who can I get? Because at this point, I'm thinking of something. I'm thinking of where I'm gonna go with my career. Like, I did the solo thing with this group. You know, the group joint, everybody thought that was gonna go. Didn't go. Am I gonna quit? you know, this guy, I got another opportunity, but I don't really got the energy to put nothing together. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, man, who am I going to get on this record? You know what I mean? To try to add some life to this joint. I was like, I'm going to give Reef a shot. Probably was listening to Sound of Horns, whatever. I said, I'm going to call Reef up. So I hit Reef up. You got to understand, 2001, the whole Dr. Dre, Eminem thing was pop. I said, I can get into my Dr. Dre mode, let him carry the record, you know, bang and beat or whatever. So I brought him in. I gave him the music to, it's titled wrong. It's really called Enter and a Break-In. But a lot of, the people think it's broke in. So I gave him the record, grabbed him. Like, this is when me and his friend Sully, it's funny, we lived next door to each other here. We lived next door to each other in 67th Street. None of this was planned. So now we live in the same development in Drexelbrook, which is like 2 towns over.
I forgot y'all lived here.
Yeah, because this is where the story get dope. Like, so I'm talking to Sully. That's probably why you on my radar. So I'm talking to Sully all the time, seeing him and stuff, you know. So then gave you the tape. We dropped it. And you murdered that joint. And the record was hot. He was like, you know, we're going to send it out. And I don't even know you remember this. We was driving around Drexelbrook listening to that joint. We drove it all the way up to Sully to play it for him in Drexelbrook. I was driving it around. Yeah, I had the little white car. K-Sarai, K-Sarai's on it. Yeah, K-Sarai's on it too. He didn't make an original release, but he's going to be on a new release when we drop it. But because I was saving it for my album, you know, typical producer stuff. You know, thinking I got the hotter version. You know what I'm saying? So K-Sarai was on it. So y'all ain't even meet till years later. And K-Sarai is another phenomenal artist, like him and K-Sarai, just very creative people. You know what I'm saying? Like, far as don't rhyme about the typical things. So we drove that joint to Sully, and K-Sarai's verse wasn't even on it yet. Because his verse came later, and his joint got all the sound effects, all that crazy stuff. It took, you know, that took like a whole day to record. So we drove it to Sully. And I remember us just bugging. I had that white Oldsmobile. We were just driving around listening to it over and over again. So I think that started the process of probably us having dialogue about it. Because we didn't get back in the lab. If you figure that was like 2001 spring, we didn't go in on the album till the fall. So I don't know what happened in between. Real life was probably happening. You know what I mean, real life was happening.
And I think I was doing a lot. I was writing a lot. I was ciphering. You know, I was still downtown and immersing myself in the city, in the art scene in the city, and making connections through that. I met Hap G and Scandal from 40D, who were putting on shows in La Taza. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, stuff started to move a little bit, and then I don't remember what we decided to just start doing the weekly sessions, but they started in the fall, because I remember it was freezing cold out. It started getting mad cold. It started getting dark earlier, so it was definitely fall 2001. It was fall. And I would come up every, I think Wednesday or Thursday, and the goal was every time I come up, we, you know, record a song. The sessions just started from there, and they lasted about, I don't know, 2 months.
It's for that album.
So we were done on my 20th birthday, which is then December 30th, 2001.
I remember that like it was yesterday, simply because first I gave you a tape with like 50 beats on it. Like every beat I had, I just put on a tape, because I was trying to shop beats and stuff at the time too. I gave you like a tape with 50 beats. So, you know, you would call me, tell you would have stuff. So I think I was in the process of moving back with my mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, you were living in different areas. I remember I was dropping you off at just different places downtown.
I was pretty much jumping around a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I gave you the beats. And, when you came in, I think at that time, you know, it was just like, all right, we're going to do an album. And used to bring the bus out here, like straight from work. He's come right from down here, and I used to sit with steps like this, waiting for him to come down. And you just had this look like you take your little medicine, we go upstairs, and then, you know, we start working.
By medicine, he means weed. I wasn't on You know, I lost my mom, right? Are you serious? Oh, I got it. Like, I got it, trust me. Yeah, it would help to have it. What you have it written? Yeah, I didn't have my book bag. I spilled it just on the steps. And I either left it in the car or on
Mr.
the table.
Hey,
Oh, his car?
Steve, the kid from next door. Sorry about
They
that.
didn't drive off, and no one was in the house.
You said what?
I got my keys. You
Yeah.
rode off in the woods.
Ain't that a bitch?
My wife
Here's the
and,
deal. You can get our friend Jeff.
It's all
Are you
good.
serious?
I'm dead serious.
Intel Pentium
But I got it.
processor.
I damn
You don't like that, man?
Yeah, come on. You know
Tell
I
her
got
they
the
get you.
It's this Reef, aka
The most thing, the most
Never random.
The most thing is
Never
one
everything.
line
You guys
maybe
order
would be
now. You get
that
a
I'll
free CD
improvise.
burner upgrade.
You know what I mean? It's not like I'm getting up here and freestyling. You feel me? I got the beat. Like that beat is.
That's the joint right there.
Chickens in the club wearing clothes they stole. I had the audacity to ask for dough. I'm broke, bitch. Even if I had millions, that still wouldn't be enough to feed all them damn children. You got more kids than foster kids. Plus I'm out even in the same spot you fucked your hair. I don't wanna argue, dad. Just stop acting like you's a diva when you fuck my crew with all fast sneakers. You know what I mean? I got it. I'm trying to remember this rhyme.
Talented dude I ever met on the com. And I ain't just being biased because that's my mom's sister's son, but this cat is real talented. I mean, it's kind of funny because, you know, I was just asking him like how much older I am than him, and I got him by a few years, and I can recall, you know, I couldn't have been no more than 12 or 13, so he must have been about 7 or 8, and we used to get 2 radios, and we had one radio, and everybody that you know that's in the rhyme that came up rhyming as a youngster, they remember this. Everybody did it. We had the one radio playing the music, then we had the other radio we was recording on, and I spit my joint, then he would spit his joint, and just this cat was like 7 or 8 years old, you dig me? Rhyming. I mean, like really flowing real nice with the beat. You know, right then and there, I knew he was gonna turn out to be something special, man. You know what I mean? That's why I'm trying to ride his back like a pony. You know, make sure he, make the right decisions, you know what I mean? Because he got a much better career in this thing than he do on the streets. So I'm just hoping, this thing take off, you know what I mean?
Besides making songs.
You know, like I said, I got him about a few years, not a whole bunch of years, but
like 13 years old.
I had him like 13 puffing L's. You know, he was a big young boy, so I had him stretching a few cats for me. Remember that?
There were sessions that were super fun. I remember doing Use a Bird, and I remember the react. I would be excited because this was the first time that I was recording like for real, and I would be excited for him to hear what I did to his beats. You know what I'm saying? I would be excited for him to, and I knew when he really loved something and when he really didn't. You know what I mean? And that was the thing that I think I needed that helped me later on, was just that honest feedback. I don't think I've gotten as honest feedback since then, because most of the people that I work with, they're like afraid, I guess, to tell me how they really feel. But Erik was always very, very open and honest about how he felt about stuff and what he thought he could prove on. And me being young and not knowing, and I always tried to listen and always tried to go back on it, man.
Telling you, man, mark my words, man. It's June. What July? What date are we in? 10th, July 10th, 2001. Man, this cat gonna be something. I'm telling you, man. He's like one of the most talented dudes I ever met in my life, man. He's just like real. And like I said, I'm not being biased, man. This dude is like extremely talented, man. And I ain't tooting this horn because he's my peoples. He's like extremely talented. This dude can act. He can do he can be a comedian. He can do impressions. He can do voices. I mean, he can do anything you want this cat to do. Hook up what's his name one time for me. The dude from Back to the Future.
Marty! Marty, we have to get the flux capacitor!
That cat?
Yeah. Because we're gonna experiment with that as the project goes on. You using different tones and different songs. But like this shit, you gotta capture that. I'm still searching for that bass in your voice and shit.
You sound like a young boy.
So you ain't gonna be talking low, but it ain't the yellow joint.
Alright, I ain't gonna
Cause you sound like an old head when you talk.
Step up.
Alright.
Step there. Just on your mouth and then get your passages.
My style's so cold. What's the please that?
Alright, give me.
Just give me a test one. I'm ready.
I tell you, bitch. Shit, bitch, you can't do shit, huh?
Bitch, you ain't built.
You ain't nothing but a motherfucking bird. You know how I go, Second. With your fly ass boots or your open toes, bitch your feet stink, get a mitt and blow your nose. Peep these chickens in the club wearing clothes they stole. They had the audacity to ask for dough. I'm broke, bitch. Even if I had millions, that still wouldn't be enough to feed all them damn children. You got more kids than foster care. Plus I buy weed from the same place you bought your hair. I don't wanna argue. Just stop acting like you's a diva when you fuck my crew for a pair of sneakers. Sick of these cluck ducks acting stuck up. Listen, biatch, you wanna fuck or what? I don't got time to hear about. That cool.
Wow. Well, give me more enthusiasm.
More enthusiasm? So now it's laid back.
Yeah, now it's laid back.
Shit like watching Drake.
It's like it's an up tempo.
It's like Jerry Snoop.
It's an up tempo beat. Yeah, don't yell. Like you can go to the tone of the last song we did, cause it's like it's up tempo.
Right.
So you got your voice should add to the excitement of the track. Okay. You know what I mean?
History of the making.
You know, psychologically, and I know this may be taking the conversation into a different direction, but you have to understand, like, for young men, my dad wasn't around, and my step-pop wasn't close, so this was like the first time that I had someone in my life that was older, that was a mentor, that wasn't some corny old head Martin Luther King, you gotta fight the power and go to school young man bullshit that nobody's trying to hear. This was a guy that was a hip-hop dude that understood. And the thing that I loved so much about the sessions, more so than the music, was the advice, the real life advice, the real life conversations, we were going through the same shit just in different times in our life. You know what I'm saying? He was going through the same struggles, but just as a grown man, and he was able to relate that to me. So that was what I look forward to on top of making the music, was just seeing my old head, man, coming to see my OG and learn and talk about things that I went through, because I didn't have that. So that's why, you know, we refer to them as therapy sessions, because that's what they were.
And that's why you also got such a raw emotion, or just such a comedic raw emotion on certain things too, because like the rule was when you came through, there's no rules.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and the thing with working with Reef, I always, first of all, he keeps calling me Erik. People don't call me Erik unless they don't really know me. You either call me E or Sleep or something. I'm not even used to hearing the word Erik come out of your mouth. It sounds real weird.
It's respect.
That's like me saying Sharif.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, Sharif used to come through, but you know, there was no rules. We would just, the thing that, you know, we used to just be like, just do what you feel and do it to the best of your ability.
It's like, you know, each joint, man, we want your identity to be totally
like,
apart from everybody. So I don't want like
go with your own flow, dog. You know what I mean?
I don't know. Just have fun with that shit, man.
Yeah, man.
You saying a lot of funny.
It's funny. That's what I was saying. That's
have
like
fun
a funny
with that
run.
shit. Like zone out. Have fun with it. All right. Like, don't hit the same. I don't want no similarities of what the other young people are doing. I want your shit to be like totally, like I did, like, you know.
That's just what the young people are doing.
Yeah, everybody's doing it.
Not just young, Eric. Some of these guys are old that's doing it too.
You know,
young minded.
do the hand bass. Nigga, you what?
Young minded.
You say, fuck, so clap.
What you talking about?
Nigga, I'll back your brain.
I don't care.
Do you think the hat? Nigga, you think the act the same? I can't paint this plane.
What you mean?
Nigga, come on, nigga.
You such and such. I'm a such and such.
Yeah.
You are such and such a.
You silver nigga. I don't platinum 3 times.
Time in rap, because it was around the time M's movie and his movement was happening, so that whole spotlight, you gotta remember how glossy it was that time. So the spotlight was kind of showing people the grunginess of the whole underground rap battle.
Stuff was starting to come back a little.
It was coming back, and
it was still. I mean, obviously 2001 was still. You know, this is still. You know, the Jay-Z, Puffy, you know, glossy area. But I think guys like the Ludacris's, these were guys that were funny. They were lyrical. They could talk about their life, you know what I'm saying? And I think that was very inspiring to me, because it went from feeling like I had to talk about certain things to throwing all that out the window, that I was really able to, you know, not on that tip, but, you know, the whole Slim Shady, Marshall Mathers character, that's how the Reef The Lost Cauze kind of thing came about. You know what I'm saying? Like, from that, you know what I mean? My cousin Sully, he tends to talk a lot, so, you know, don't get too whatever by all the shit he says. You know, he means well. He funny as shit. He just, you know, he knew a camera was on. You know, a lot of that was bullshit. He knows it too. But all I know is the hardest part about this whole process is where he lives and where I'm at. Which I'm in South Philly and this is West, and it's a train ride and a half to get up this motherfucker every time. It's already 8:30. I just got a puppy. That motherfucker probably wondering where I'm at. And also he's a perfectionist, you know, and I know that's better for the tracks and everything else, but, you know, it's hard sometimes to, you know, hear people like, you know, giving you pointers, because sometimes you take pointers as, you know, criticism, which is not, you know, which is what I gotta keep telling myself, because, you know, I get real salty, you know, like, you know, alright, damn, well, can't I spit it this way, but, you know, but hopefully I can get out of here and be on the train by like 9:15, you know, unless he'll take me home, which I doubt he'll do, because, you know, he's close to his house, so. I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette while we're doing this little intermission, man. This is a process, you know. Most people, I don't know, I used to think when I was younger, a whole album was done in like a fucking week. Here we are, one track. I've been here since, you know, 7 o'clock, 6:37, and it's 8:30. You know, we just getting levels, so. Well, he's coming back up the steps, so I guess I ain't gonna smoke a cigarette.
Dear Mayway, in my heyday, I drank like a baby, bottled up Ing Bang, piece to KK, it's not a cheap thing. My bruh, Ludacris!
We didn't really get to when did you know that the album was done in your heart, that you felt like we had enough?
I tell people this all the time, and it's like, I was just listening to Kanye, Can't Tell Me Nothing. Oh, and he was like, with less effort, because when you try hard, that's when you die hard. Like, the sessions, like once we cleared away, you know, whatever little rough edges there were, you know what I'm saying, like far as we was working with your cadence, things like that, you know, structure, things like that. I tell people, I said, what you heard on the album is what we recorded. It's not like now. We recorded once a week. If we got 2, that was a blessing. But our goal was just to record a song, hang out, you know, drink or whatever, record the song. All right, next week I see you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we literally, if you look at Sound of Horns was 2 years old.
Right.
You brought one record to me, which I loved, So Much Stress. So you could literally count the records that's left on the album and count the weeks it took to record the album. Because we would record one song a week. We didn't throw anything away. And it was on some it was just on some joint you having a tape to rock with, the aspirate. But it's funny because when I looked at the old footage, we were dead serious about you cementing yourself in the place in hip hop. But we had such a lighthearted approach about it. I think it's what made it so dope. You know what I mean? So we knew the album was done, I think, once we kind of reached a number, because you had, you know, I think we came in with a plan to do diverse type of topics. So it wasn't like we got to find a club joint. It wasn't that type of party. We was just trying to make a banging record.
Right. That was before I even, like, you know, before that type of stuff even came into my mind, which later down when making music, it became like, oh, we need the record that for the ladies, we need the record that, you know what I mean? And like doing that type of shit is whack, and I just miss that noviceness, if that's even a word, just that not knowing anything.
I think that's what makes the best art.
You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't know no better. Like I was saying when I was, you know, when I was walking up, I didn't know I would come with, you know, 80 bar verses and then a hook.
Where though? half the time he would leave the rhyme. Mm-hmm. The other half I say, and this is when the album started heating up. So I was like, yo, we got some shit here. So he like, you know, we might brainstorm on what the next record gonna be before he leaves, right? So we have all these elusive plans and shit. That were like, Reef, you got that verse right here? I wrote it on a bus ride, a train ride over here. I'm sitting here like, all right, okay. Then other times you would just go like this. He'd be high as hell. He'd be high as hell too. I'm like, where's the rhyme? He'd be like,
right up here. I just doing my Jay-Z. That's when everyone didn't want to write their rhymes because Jay and Biggie didn't do it. So I thought I was that nice at that young. That's that young arrogance, you know what I mean? And I would have a blueprint sometimes in my head on what I wanted to do, but you know, not being prepared for the studio, all that stuff. This album is where all that ended, because ever since then, I hate the studio, to keep it real with you. I hate recording. I hate being in that environment. It was different with our first project, because it was the first one. It was exciting, and like I said,
by the way, you in the world famous Hilltop. Steady B, Cool C, Will Smith right over the bridge, 1 minute away. Kobe Bryant, about 5 minutes away.
That nigga Flash!
Like 5 minutes away. You in very fertile soil right now, brother. It's a motherfucking hill. Look, back there, Backstreet Breakers. We used to battle Steady B and all them motherfuckers. We used to take on all comers. Yeah. We was like the bad news bears.
It's like, what was that? L was 84?
Man, that's right before that.
83? The Wild Style and B Street era.
Just like you say, you hate being in the studio. Around that time, like, remember, like, this is why I think the album came out so dope. You know what I mean? I think it came out so dope because we were at a crossroad where I was thinking about not rhyming and doing music. So you kind of revitalized me somewhat, but I was in a dead space. I was in a dead space where I did not want to record. People used to try to record and stuff. I hated it. I was bringing you to life and you was bringing me from death. Like, it was like, because I was, at that point, I kind of hated making music. You know what I'm saying? And you kind of, and you put me, like, just dealing with you and dealing with your core group and stuff. It was just something refreshing for me. You know what I'm saying? Because we was recording, you gotta understand, we was trying to get on in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? So when you was getting on in 2000, it was all your age group and things like that. And like, it was just a different scene, a different culture. And they was very excited about you. So to answer your question, I knew the album was, I think we kind of was based it on the number, because if you look at the first couple of records we recorded, those was kind of the club bangers. 30 Seconds, Use a Bird, even though it was kind of a, you know, bad, but the tempos.
You know what's funny about that record? That years later, one of the first reviews that I ever written about it, PhillyHipHop.com, this girl Apples, who was like a staunch feminist. I remember arguing with her on the message boards about, she said that the record was so goddamn misogynistic. Yeah. And looking back on it, I cringed a little bit, because you know, it was fuck you, you bitch.
Oh, of course.
Like, I had songs about how I basically hated women on that record. Again, another Eminem influence, you know what I'm saying?
But also, your heart was broken.
My heart was
so broken. That record goes right into that too, Bitter. You know what I'm saying? So it was a very honest record, which makes the record dope, because everything now is so contrived. Everything now, you're worried about what relationship you're damaging or what's happening, but you gotta understand the times. You know, around that time, people made records like that. People said the B word, you know, even though they saying it again. So, and I was a producer who, like, I'm not a person who wants to tell you how to dress. I'm not a person who wants to tell you how to talk. I want you to be you. You know, I'm all about being an individual. And like you, because of your such a rich history in the arts, I was like, yo, you gotta be funny. You gotta be you on this record. You're funny, you're serious, you have such a diverse array of emotions, it needs to be conveyed. So I think once we conveyed everything, you know, it was like, then plus, it was just like I said, it was one record a week. It was like, all right, it's over. So we thinking, I never forget that joint. When I mixed the record, and I was like, I wanted to surprise you, give it to you on your birthday. I never forget this joint. You came up and got it. Your boys was parked, panning down that street. Your boy, right where that black car is where your boys was parked. You remember that? They was parked right there. You jumped in the car and just bounced. I was like, I wonder how you gonna like that joint. And then I remember I went out that weekend and played it.
Yeah, get up.
What are they videoing? What you doing up here?
That's Shorty's mom.
You better have been coming to see me.
We putting out the first album we did together again. So we doing a documentary. Yeah.
Is that the one with Sahara on the video?
Yeah. No.
Hey. Hello. I'm hanging in there. My nephew.
See, we grew up getting stuck by this.
I know. What's up?
How you doing?
Mom told me about your aunt. That's why when I seen y'all outside, I got scared.
Oh, no. All right. Everything's cool for now.
All right, Reef, I heard you kicked it out, but I had the baby.
Hey.
You know, we all care.
You know, ain't no worries, I love you.
All right. You know I got you.
I know always.
You know that.
I love you.
So,
you don't get off Columbia Avenue, don't forget.
Nah, I'm working on it.
So Germany, you see, these are row homes. All these houses, and these are very nice sized houses inside, but all the houses are connected. So we're recording this album, and they can literally hear it across the, you know. So that was a very cool ladies you just met, because they are, you hear the type of records we made, and they never once complained.
Next time, before I take it to the last, I'ma pull out my pen and pad and ask some questions, and she better answer it. Questions direct from the vision pamphlet. Do you like to get high, bitch? Hold 205 dicks. Fuck a nigga for a slide whip. Well, okay then, use a bird. Next, would you rob me for my credit card? Have you ever even had a job? Can you spell trifling? Well, stop lying and use the word. Don't get me wrong.
It's real easy to look back in hindsight and say, like, this was the start, but really it was just me trying to put out a record. I mean, and I didn't even know how to put it out, quote unquote. I just wanted to have something.
You just wanted a record to perform. That's
like,
all
you know
it
what
was
I'm
really
saying?
about.
It was really about to have songs and stuff to do. And then we finished it in December 2001. And then I did my first show 2002 in the basement of Latazza. Sleep, you backed me up on the stage, right?
I always remember this.
First song we did, the beat dropped and the fucking place went crazy. And I mean, I hate to say the rest is history, because the history is still, we're both still writing our personal history. But that moment on the stage when that beat dropped and we started doing that shit and the place went fucking insane.
This shit gon' get nasty, man. Drop that shit. This shit gon' get nasty. We just went from Apollo and the speed of a Diablo. Come on. What's gonna happen? Come on. When I go 44 holes in your black ass like Diablo. Set of my niggas leave them dripping like nacho. This y'all drunk up. I'm not gon' present. I want no respect. My phone be trying to niggas, so please hold your breath. Your lungs is useless. Guns and nooses. I'm buying your bullshit. Mine is out the loose end. Come back at niggas like a boomerang. And with my Ruger bang, have a motherfucker speaking like Wu-Tang. Jimmy side on the Jimmy side. I'm in behind. Kill you with a 6 shooter after I'm MP5. One bullet, 48 balls, you do the math. That's 49 yards on your punk ass. Right time the pen use itself. Down my shoulder, trying to lose myself. My old man told me that when I was a toddler. Then he smoked a crack and ass for $5. Big Will! Come on, pussy! Come on, Big Will! Let the drugs light! Come on, bitches! Like a bug bite! Come on! Blow me out! Drink tickets, so I'm gonna hold you. Then I do it again. The last cat that never gets me never shows the way. Slug him like a sign that recalls you. Fuck you like the bitch, I get automatic. I'll eat your kids, I'll eat your motherfucking kids. See how I'm sick the wrong animal. Slash rap animal. Somebody save me, he's crazy. I'll eat your kids, I'll eat your motherfucking kids. Nigga, I'm sick the wrong animal. Slash rap animal. They shouldn't have made me, somebody save me. He's crazy.
It was just such a raw moment. Like, and this is still, like, for some reason, I don't know why I thought this was after the M movie, but it was before. So that environment was there before the M. It's like, I think it was just the perfect time for you to come out, because you was a battle MC, very clever, like, you know, you very successful battle MC. So once the M movie came, it just raised your profile even more. But like Latazza was like, you got a picture, it's like the bottom of a restaurant, so it's like basement. Basement. So, and I never forget, man, I was in that first show, I was in New York, and he was like, yo, I was racing back. I was like, yo, you was nervous as shit. You was like, yo, you gotta be on stage or whatever. And I remember I came, like, as soon as I literally came down there, it was just time for us to go.
Yeah,
we just
right in and jumped
we
on.
murdered that joint, man. Them shows was just, they were just fun.
I'm a fucking cobra. I grip your neck as hard as the out. Grip you bitch niggas by the soul and beat the thug out. So-called rappers here, pussies, they beat the fuck out. I hit haters with these vapors, I leave you bugged out. I'm bucked out like the eyes on the pride. I'm copping. Niggas talk till 9 starts popping and live start stopping. My eyes is what from a distance. My approach relentless. I ain't stopping till I'm boxed to doing double sentence. You trouble with it, smoke the L till there's nothing in it. Can't say sober. Till the day's over. 20 judges won't make me come in the crowd. I'm trying to snatch that 500 series like Daytona. If you was looking for the police, the wait is over. Sound the horns. And yo, killer beach. And yo, it's on. My niggas know how we feel. Sound the horns. And yo, it's killer beach. And yo, it's on. My niggas know how we feel. And yo, it's House of Joseph. Sound of my voice, fuck up your focus. I spit that dope shit from Broughton Locust to the north of Bowling. You smoking if you ever try and quote this. My rhymes are so sharp, they slice your vocal cord and leave you throatless. Bleeding from the jugular vein, this nigga's insane. And you can't touch your veins. Make bitches give me head top, fucking they brain. How they fucking with it, E, they ain't not in the game. Sound the horns. And yo, it's Killer Beach. And yo, it's on. My niggas know how. Come on, sound the horns. Come on. And yo, it's Killer Beach. And yo, it's on. My niggas know how. What? Weak niggas, I never fiddle. Hot wheels, I settle. Stick you for your chain and them diamonds in your earlobe. Use a widow. I smoke weed till I'm zero. Hard still, hard peril, under hot apparel. I'm crazy since they hit my nigga crazies with 18 shots and he was only 18. With even Arab, making moves with a sleeping Eric. Creeping while your TV's blaring, put 3 in your freaking spirit. Spread the word, you better come with me on this chorus. Your fucking hands up like come on. After a touch, sit on the horn. Hey yo, it's Killer Beach Kill. Hey yo, it's on. Niggas know how we play. Sound the horn. Hey yo, it's come on. Hey yo, it's on. Niggas know how. Come on. Sound the horn. Hey yo, it's Killer Beach Kill. Hey yo, it's on. Come on, pussy. Sound the horn. Hey yo, it's Killer Beach Kill. Hey yo, it's on. Niggas know how we feel.
You got a lot of MCs now. I call them shower singers. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody tight in the shower, but Reef is true to the game about this thing, man. And you know, it's what was we did that when we first talked 10, 12 years ago. Now look at us today, man. Like he said, he might not be at the name of some of these other guys, but at the end of the day, like my man John, well, the dude that played John Gotti in the movie said, at the end of the day, they're gonna respect Reef The Lost Cauze. When he look in the mirror, he can sleep well at night. He didn't sell his soul, because Reef can talk about, he saw all this. He can talk about selling coal, strapping up, like he can do that. He can do that easily, but he chose the true essence of the hip hop route, and you know, and his soul's resting at peace, man, because of it, man. You know, they gonna respect you one day, cuz, you know, worldwide.
I mean, like I said, I mean, the fact that, you know, 10 years later, we can even sit here and talk about this and re-release an album that's going to sell and it's going to get loud because, crazy. You know what I'm saying? And we talking about 10 years from now, and I saw there's people that can't do that. You know what I'm saying? That can't, because the music didn't age well. The music didn't mean shit then, and it damn sure don't mean shit now. We want to try to make stuff that forever is going to be around. So I'm excited to get this album back out there for a lot of new fans. Because since this record has come, a lot has happened in my life. I've been on a lot of journey. A lot has happened in his life. So it's great to reintroduce it back. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is a snapshot of the beginning of everything. So you know what I mean? Like I'm excited for people to hear it because a lot of people never got a chance to. You know, I have people ask me all the time, how can I get your first joint? I'm like, just stay patient.
Fuck up, I'm the world's greatest, like R. Kelly on tape with those 2 types. I Bruce Mics, call me the rapist. Hate to say it, but Reef's dead in his places. This is replacement. This shit kill got deals to the Lakers. Pure magic like T-Mac, fuck your feedback. Get your knees tapped, I smoke weed, where the weed at? This is the diary of a lost cause, slash rock star. Now watch me blast off, I move like a horse. Spit live torture. If you don't like it, I give a fuck, I'll force you. I'm a boxer, stand up and drop your baraka for your mama, make your papa the showstopper. Blow pepper trees, on a beat knockers from sleep asleep. And my mom call me Reef, why call me Reef? Just a man when I got a new name on the street. It's the call. Not to be confused by y'all. Pussies, break your jaw, so now all. Come on, hail to the top dog. Niggas sing about that. Never beef with the balls. Not to be confused by y'all. Break your jaw, so now all. Hail to the top dog. Niggas getting knocked off. Now bounce with me. Pump your fist and just bounce with me. Blaze and split and just bounce with me. blaze the dust. If you ride with me. Okay, high with me. Pump the fist and just bounce with me. Blaze the stuff and get high with me. High with this. If you ride with me. No shit happens, but I've been blasting, been stacking. Most wanted like Bin Laden. No disrespect to the soldiers of Bahia, but I bought fire. Blow the spot like Al Qaeda. My network, the best work. Zip your lip up. You need to zip up. Cause if you hate on the child, then it's chicken up. Now the cause, not to be confused by y'all. Break your jaw from now on. Hail to the top, dog. Niggas get knocked off. Make up these real hard. What's the deal? To be confused by y'all. Break your jaw from now on. Hail to the top, dog. Niggas get knocked off. The cause. City in the house, come on. What's the new Philly in the house, come on. New Philly in the house, come on. Underground in the house. Much love to Philly in the house.
You know, Jay had a great line. He said, my homie Strip told me, dude, finish your breakfast. Yeah. Sleep. I mean, reach back to his breakfast, man. Back to sleep, back to the room. We about to go back. This is
Ghost of hip hop in this crib. Be quiet, the ghost is coming out.
Hey, how you doing? What's going on with you?
This is my little young boy right here. Lil James Cold Money right here. I'm working. He looks like it, right? It's funny how genetics are, right? Yeah. Genetics is funny. He looks just like Erik. It's funny to me. It's my little nephew.
Close that door.
Little nephew Jade.
Sorry.
Everybody on that video.
See, all this was under construction. Yeah. This was like the house was getting remodeled at the time. See on parquet floors, you know. Yeah, this is like that 1930. These newer cribs.
Don't get it twisted. Our people, you know what I mean? They work hard for this.
When they used to come in,
we like nice things.
they was painting and stuff up here, so it used to be kind of dusty. It was kind of grimy. And you know, I was moving back home. So this is where it all started at, right here. Nobody was downloading beats. Nobody was emailing beats. You know, this was more MP3 track board. And yo, this is gonna break my heart right here.
Oh, I remember y'all did this. We did a show here.
Oh man,
this is crazy. This is kind of insulting, but
this isn't what it looked like. This isn't where this.
You got footage in the old room?
Of course.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
So you got to go before and after.
Couch right here, right?
No, it
was the bed right there.
But I think when I moved back, I had a futon. Yo, my back used to hurt.
Yeah, you had a futon.
You understand? I moved back with my mom. So we was in that transition change.
Snoop was over there.
Mob Deep was right here.
Yeah, the infamous.
What's the name of the picture with you in them, right? You got a photo.
Yeah, I had a photo.
They look little as hell.
Where was Jordan at? Jordan was here. We saw signed.
Jordan. We used to tag his post.
Every record that we record, every time somebody gets a session.
This hip hop right here.
We used to write
40 bottles all along the walls with a crown that said D.
Listen.
Shout out to Dr. Fever.
We're not making none of this out because you're going to see the before and after. Like, it all started. That's when I said the ghost of hip hop lives in his crib. It's like, it's ghost in here.
Yo, I used to have like 20 people here when we have a session, man. Like, everybody just being here rocking out, man.
Dude, it remind me of like when you go on the court and you be chilling, you be all, you know, you be Dougie from head to toe, and the ball come to you, and then you shoot the ball. Next thing you know, you in the game. That's how Sleep Studio was. Like, you come up here, you be like, I'm gonna just chill out. I never rhymed anything, but then
say this on the hook.
You soak it in. You like, look, I got to spit something. Let me get on this joint. Yeah. I got a composition book, writing a little rhyme. I mean, that's how it all went down.
The booth.
No, it wasn't no booth.
Mike could just be sitting right here.
Mike was right here, right? Yep. Yeah, your stuff was right.
This is where the beast Reef got unleashed at.
Crazy.
He got unleashed here.
Crazy.
Definitely.
It's crazy, man.
I remember me and you sitting here while he was playing the drum, complaining because I ain't had my rhyme ready.
Oh, yeah. Reef was doing a fife dog. He was writing rhymes on the train on his way over.
Yeah.
And I remember Eve like, yo, he got to get focused, man. He got to have his stuff ready. Like, you know, his ceiling is crazy, but he got to be ready. You know, Reef was amazing. Like, again, he was a young bull. Yeah. He was a major young bull, man. He didn't realize his talent. And, you know, Sleep,
you know, Sleep saw he saw it too. You know, he saw his potential, and I never forget the song. You know the song I talk about with you, him, and Ease.
Right. Oh yeah. That's when I.
And I mean, even though.
It's Who Me? Yeah.
Yeah, that solidified for me. Like, oh, it's on. It's on. I said it's on right now.
That's when you went in your bag.
You went in.
You went from that to this is my life, which y'all gonna hear the first version of.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna just tell you, you know, like I always thought you was probably you are the most bravest artist I've dealt with. Like when you go there with emotions, and like I remember the first "This Is My Life," man. You was having a horrible day. You came here, you unleashed it, you cried on that record. You know what I'm saying? And like, as a producer, some stuff is like just watermarks. They stamps in your career. Like you realize certain joints is certain artists really go there. You know what I'm saying? They really tap in their emotions, and that's something that you've done that you know most people don't do. And that's something I've always looked up to you for and respect you on. Even when you just did your show the other night. Yeah, I mean, you did some very touching records
before it became popular. Because now it's becoming popular.
Well, I mean, it's not honest.
Right.
So it's not real.
It ain't real. Like Steve said, man.
It's not real.
Reef that song because he did the show the other night, and I kind of was awake. He did a song about his son that was real emotional too. But I had something I was doing. But This Is My Life. I got emotional on that song because it brought me back to grassroots level. When this thing all came about, like me, Sleep, and Reef, being in here, Reef putting it. I remember the day Sleep let me hear this song, and the stuff Reef talking about, I know because he's my cousin. That's what made it so genuine. He was like completely honest, man.
I was like, it's over after that. I was like, he's reaching a level, like with that song. I was like, he's reaching a level. He's out of here. You know what I'm saying? Because we watched the growth.
Yeah, that's
right there. I was just like, when he did This Is My Life, I was like, oh god. I was like, this dude's about to kill it, man.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, man, like he was saying before, we all had our dreams and ideas of, what I'm saying, blowing up, getting rich and all that bullshit. But at the end of the day, we started something that was able to keep making music that is going to touch people forever. And that's what's more important to me. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I want to get my mom a big house and all that nonsense, but if it don't come the way that it needs to, with us being honest and making the music that we feel from the heart, it won't happen. You know what I'm saying? I won't ever sell my soul for that shit. And this is where I learned not to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because we could have easily been in here making bullshit radio tracks, but I learned.
We could.
Right. I learned from these gentlemen to just keep it honest. You know what I'm saying? Keep it honest.
But on some real talk, though, how many people could say they been working for 12 years doing something they love? So
I always tell you
life
that.
is all about perception.
I always tell you that.
It's about perception. It's about people equate success differently. It ain't always about the money. It's about if you're doing something you love doing. I think that's I tell your story to a lot of cats. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. I told Reef to get the hell out of that job because you're wasting your time.
Yeah.
All she wrote.
Yeah.
I like that, man.
Yo, this
crazy.
Now, I'm gonna tell you this room used to seem.
There's dolls in here.
Why does this room seem so bigger than me? My room looks little now.
Yeah, that's crazy. My room was right over here.
Unfortunate torture script with the voice of 6 fast portraits on porcelain with the cause of the officer. Talking shit will leave you and your bullshit team. Calling for an alternate, get off and do soft and shit. When the rain hits it, Reef splits, cause looking the same difference. 2 sides to every story and I'm skipping. Sometimes I talk too much, but today I think I'll listen. I'm a bad mother. Shut your mouth. Don't say the F word. This is the highlight, it's for family, so no cuss words. Like nah, busters, dead in they fucking idols. An ear socket, a rear pocket, a bag of hydro. Head in the Washington, the package panties, get the English. $1 for industrial nuts who don't speak English. Don't be dirty, cause needs a seagull. Back up, put some Pepsi, 2 fingers, and I'll see y'all. Retard, slobber, she gon' holler. At some point, one joint on the wake up to start my day up. Trying to fuck night frogs who don't shave or wear makeup. Tell the illest nigga to wait up for bigger and better deals. I don't react, I just lax with max and bigger and better still. Never have, never will when it comes to the sucker color. From spring to autumn, hiding in trash trucks and hopping out them on powder and not talcum. If it's guns, I'm not talking, just guns bleeding, no gums bleeding. And lungs the season for crumbs, I'm squeezing it. None of the reason, just general purpose, the lyrical purpose of a high witty, high hybrid. Focus so thick and so rich, my crotch is cause my nutsack from fucking these days with no lanes, okay? Playtime been the fuck over. That place of tracks, bitch, it been the fuck over. You need proof? Like Beetlejuice. Who, me? If he lost cause, P.A.E.'s and sleeping. We done, hold up. Alright, thanks. Alright, we done. There's still one more. There's still one motherfucking more.